everybody to As of 10 Seconds Ago podcast.
As of 10 seconds ago, the U.S. has been striked with lies.
And what lies are these?
No, never mind. Just forget anything was said.
That the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 are sold out, but in reality, it's the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, is now hoarding consoles in order to...
I feel like we should keep that name out of these podcasts now, considering what happened last time, which apparently you didn't know about.
I didn't notice. Yeah, I
was actually, the bit
ago.
I was going for right at the beginning was I was going to say, as of 10 seconds ago, the U.S. is being hit by but then we might get hit with another strike.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
That's why I kind of transitioned it into an absolutely ridiculous little topic.
All right, hold up. Let me look this up because I need to know exactly what it was that they said. But the last podcast had a warning put on it.
Is it because we claim
right
to sabotage
underneath the
votes?
podcast? Sorry?
Is it because we claim to sabotage votes in the title?
Exactly. So the title of the last podcast, Back to Commit Electoral Fraud. And then right above it, it says, U.S. elections. The AP has called the presidential race for Joe Biden. See more on Google.
What kind of warning is that? Is it warning us that Joe Biden is the president?
It says, why am I seeing this? So I click it. And I don't know. I guess because of the title, they think that we were saying it was a fraud. Like,
what? Then how will other people cover the claims of electoral fraud if you just put the word anywhere and it's just like, don't do that?
Well, this is the state of YouTube in 2020, my friend.
I mean, what does the warning affect? Can some people not see our video? Do we not get monetized? Well, we're not getting monetized anyways.
I actually don't think it did anything because I'm on incognito right now and I can see it and watch it fine. There's not even a 17 plus or anything or 18 plus or whatever.
It seems strange.
All it is basically in case the video is spreading lies, they have that at the bottom.
Yeah,
saying,
a little disclaimer.
Yeah.
Okay, well, fuck
which
'em.
has been happening to all of Trump's tweets. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yes, it's been great. But you know what? For this podcast today, fuck politics.
Exactly. Out the fucking politics. Window. Matter of fact, hey, cut all that we just said. Hello, welcome back.
Cut it out of the podcast. Yes, welcome back. No. So, I mean, oh man. What
Okay, now
I kind of lost myself in translation there. Okay, so I actually got a little story I want to tell you. I had a little bit of a panic this weekend.
Oh yeah?
And it was not at the disco because discotheques are closed right now due to the pandemic. So I had a little panic in my living room / in my bedroom / office.
So you started an in-house discotheque.
Well, no, I fucking wish. That'd be pretty awesome. I think I'd make good bank out of that. My house has really great acoustics. But my computer died.
Oh no.
But it lived.
Oh yes.
So I don't know what the fuck happened, but it put me into crisis mode. One day I just woke up and I turned on my computer and it was doing the whole, I don't know if this ever happened to you, where you boot it up and it does the login and then it stays stuck on a black screen where you could only see your cursor and it just never boots up.
Wow.
It was doing that. And I almost lost it. That was going to be my Joker one bad day event where I would proceed to go insane.
Descent into madness, yes. And it all stems from the blue screen of death.
It wasn't even that. It was the black screen of infinite loading. But it's just bro, I felt like I was about to snap. Luckily, I am very informed on computers and not as naive as I used to be. If I was a little younger and knew less about computers, I probably would have snapped. But I said, okay, I can figure this out. Luckily, it wasn't any hardware issue or anything, I guess. It's still a pain in the ass, but I had to like just completely reboot the system. And here's why I was panicking. I hadn't really backed up my files in a while.
Oh no. You've been working hard on that D&D, huh?
Yes. So when this happened, I was about to lose it cuz I'm the only one who has those files. Like all of them.
That would not have been good. And considering what happened before, well, I guess your little subs might not know, but the last time Gabe was here, we recorded quite a lot. And, well, some of those playthroughs now don't exist because of similar issues. So, yeah, that would have been pretty a bad luck streak, I would say, if you had that go wrong, too.
I would have cried. I would have cried if that happened, like literally the day after posting the first episode of the D&D thing, my computer would die like that.
Jeez. Well, D&D's canceled, guys.
Essentially, it would have either been canceled or it would have been in an indefinite hiatus because that is a lot of shit to lose, dude.
Just like your computer.
Yes, dude, we would have had to start over. Because we've pre-recorded like 5 sessions. And each session's like, I think the shortest session was like an hour and a half, but the average one is like 3 hours. And one of the longest ones is like 4 hours.
Yeah, that would have been real rough, man.
That would have been the end of it. I don't think I could have even expected myself to just start over, let alone you guys.
So what happened? You reinstalled Windows and everything was fine?
Well, luckily, nowadays Windows has an option where you can keep your personal files, but completely like wipe your computer of its OS and reinstall Windows.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Either way, if I wouldn't have,
neat.
if I wouldn't have been able to do that, I would have just taken out my hard drive and like passed the files into another hard drive and then wiped my computer. So luckily it wasn't my hard drive actually getting damaged, because then that would have been the end of it. But I've been spending these last 2 days pretty much reinstalling everything. I had to reinstall all my Adobe programs, Photoshop, Premiere.
I thought you were going to say you spent the last few days just clenching, like, please don't break again.
Oh, no, yeah, pretty much. But it looks like it's good. It looks like it's renewed. It's a brand new computer, I guess. But yeah, I've had to reinstall everything. League, Steam, Discord, Adobe, Audacity.
Why would you install League, though?
That's true. That could have been my chance to escape. That could have been my excuse.
You were out, man.
But
you locked yourself back in.
I fucking unwittingly put myself back in. That's how much control it has over me.
Oh, God. I feel like some people... Well, never mind. Maybe this is not great to get into. But, like, let's say you've been locked up for, 50 years. I don't know. I feel like the outside world would be scarier than just staying in at that point.
I guess so. An argument could be made for that. It's just like... all this new information.
I'm sure there have been some cases like that. Like, I'm not saying everybody would feel that way,
that
obviously.
One famous
Prison
video
sounds like hell, but...
when DMX got out of... he got out of prison, and then, like, they tried to show him how to use a computer and shit, and he was, like, losing his mind. He was getting, like, frustrated.
Yo, that'd be crazy. Like, imagine people that got locked up back in, like, the 70s and getting out now. Like, yeah, that's 50 years. Wow, that would be a big change.
Yep. Scary change.
Even in the 90s, actually.
That's some Captain America shit right there.
Yeah, because, like, early 90s, like, computers were...
Captain Convict.
So, even just back 30 years ago, I'm sure there's some people out there that had, like, 30-year sentences that are coming out now, like, what is an iPhone?
Well, let's be honest. If they have that long sentences, I guess maybe not in all cases, but probably in most, odds are they probably don't deserve to get out in the first place. But...
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's kind of rare, I guess, to have that long of a sentence and not have it just be life. But
yeah. Or not have it
I'm sure there's
some
case out there
fucked up that you did. Like, but who knows? But yeah, no, dude, I fucking lost my mind. I was actually very proud of how calmly I handled the situation. I feel like if it was earlier in my life, I would have gone fucking bonkers. But it happened. It happened, and I was just like, oh, no, come on, no. Oh,
You would have gone handyman Gabe on it, whipped out the hammer, like, it's time to go, Bob.
But fortunately, I was just like, okay, it's 2020. This is the day of. This is the age of great technological revolution. There has to be some way I could get past this, and fortunately, I was able to. And now I'm just spending my time just reinstalling everything, getting all my files back in order. I backed up everything into an external hard drive this time. Learning my lesson.
Hey, wait a minute. That's how we lost the Cuphead files.
That is true. I'm making sure I do not drop this one.
Oh my. I can't believe that still. Like, external hard drives have gotten so much better over the years, but somehow one little drop and that shit's gone.
Bro, I dropped it maybe like 2 feet. 2 feet.
I can't believe that, man. Actually, one of my hard drives recently died, but it's a very old hard drive, so it's more understandable that it's gone because I've had it for like over 5 years now, and I don't even think I dropped it. It just died from being plugged in and unplugged too many times. So definitely, when you start seeing issues with a hard drive, like, Windows sometimes starts telling you like, oh, you got to scan it,
bro,
or continue without scanning or whatever.
Sus.
Yeah, that's when it's time to move those files over.
Yeah.
Maybe get a new one.
Yeah, but I'm just glad that I was able to salvage everything and I can just get back to working on the D&D thing, which, I mean, hey, it's out. We did it. Yeah. We followed through in one of our promises, finally. And
in true rock star fashion, me being the bad boy of the boys here, of course.
You didn't even show up to the premiere. You didn't even show up to the premiere.
Missed our own premiere.
That is very like rock star energy. If we're gonna be honest, it's like that's like some Marlon Brando star of the show, answers to nobody kind of fucking move that you pulled there.
Listen here, I don't do premieres.
You say that, but it's probably just because you just weren't paying attention.
This is true. No, I did think that you were just. Well, I didn't know that it was a premiere, first of all, but from the last message I saw from you, I thought we were just putting out a trailer or something, like not the actual first episode.
I shared the trailer with you the day I put up the trailer.
Exactly, and for some reason I thought that's what was going up on YouTube. You know what?
I don't give you too much
excuses.
grief, man. I mean,
all right.
You've been I don't know if this is like something you've talked about yet, the move. Like,
oh, yeah. I mean, I was going to get into it soon, but yeah.
I mean, you've been dealing with a move. You're finally going to be moving to Tejas. It's a very stressful and mind-consuming process.
Mm-hmm.
You've been doing a lot of streaming and a lot of uploading with the new...
I've been trying to take care of my dying channel. That's mainly been what's eating up my schedule.
Dying? Your channel's not dying.
Well, this is what all the... Come on, man. You gotta...
It's just at its peak. That's not a good thing to say either.
It's just underrated.
Exactly. It just, all channels have their rebirth, man. You can't say your channel is dying when people like Tyler Oakley are still somewhat relevant.
No, I agree. Like, I hate that phrasing, but I mean, that's inevitably whenever any big YouTuber starts getting lower views, people are instantly going to comment that because it's just such an easy target, But I do believe that there are ways for one to come back.
Oh,
and that's what I mean by I'm working on it,
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's the thing. It's just like sometimes it requires a big change. Sometimes it's just a tiny adjustment, but it's all about figuring out what it is. And that in itself is a process,
Yeah. And I mean, I've been going through a lot of trial and error, basically. Just
that's
trying to be consistent, at least in keeping people updated on what's going on. But it's definitely been an uphill battle. So that's been kind of not just taking up my actual, I don't know if you say physical time, because time's not really physical, but mainly just my mental space has been there for 90% of the time.
I mean, dude, it's that's life, trial and error. Trial and error,
Yeah.
seeing what it sticks. I mean, a lot of people just view life as just like kind of like fixed points or stuff like that, where like you're either you fail until you succeed, and then once you succeeded, that's it. But most people need to come to the realization that even when you succeed, there's going to be plenty of more opportunities to fail. And that in itself is going to give you plenty of more opportunities to succeed. You know, life is a constant uphill battle. Sometimes it's a little bit less uphill. Sometimes it's a little more steady, but, you know, it fluctuates. You know, and I think a lot of people, especially growing up in our age group, like it takes a while for them to comprehend that. It's just like, you know, just because things might be at a current low right now doesn't mean it's the fucking end of the line, you know?
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. It's not necessarily that I believe in karma either, but I do think life has its ups and downs, you know? For all the good that you might get, there might be some bad coming, or vice versa. Like, you know, you're not always going to be 100% happy.
Yeah.
I mean, you can try to be as much as you can. You can be optimistic about things, which I am, but there's still going to be shitty moments. And like,
of course.
That's when the real test comes, you know, trying to overcome those like hurdles. And
yeah,
whatever.
it's a popular phrase, you know, only the good die young, where it's like, it sounds like a very pessimistic and like nihilistic phrase, but I interpret it more in a sense of just like, you could be the best person in the world, and you could make every right choice and everything, and sometimes you'll still come out with the short end of the stick, you know, and that's just life. But the other side to that argument is just like, hey, it's, you know, it's not over until you're dead. So as long as you're breathing and you're you know, you're fighting the good fight, there's a chance. There's always the opportunity. There's always the hope that things can get better. You know?
Yeah.
And things will.
That's YouTube in a nutshell right there, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that maybe in their eyes, they're doing everything right and they're doing what should work, but then it ends up not paying off, you know? And I don't know. It's just literally trial and error. Maybe it didn't work out that time. Maybe it just wasn't meant to be. Like, that wasn't your niche or whatever. There's a lot of factors, which is why I've been trying out different stuff. And even here on Quip Save a while back when we started it, you know, that was also trying out something different.
Yeah, that's right. And we're still trying out something different. And
Exactly.
We're still trying things out, you know. Just because things don't exactly go as planned, or they're just going a little bit lower than our expectation, doesn't mean it's just like, you know, we don't want to commit the same mistakes as when we were young, of just like seeing something, and just because we don't get immediate gratification, it's just like, all right, game over, it's done. You know, because you don't get anywhere in life with that kind of stuff. Obviously, there's going to be certain situations where like putting effort and time into certain things can do more harm than good, but I feel like those cases are pretty obvious when it's that kind of situation. And, you know, this is a situation where we enjoy what we do. You know, if we're going to be busting our asses doing anything, it might as well be this kind of situation, you know? That, at least that's the way I see it.
I mean, you for sure have been busting your ass on that D&D. I know that I have maybe not been as you know, hardworking on this channel at least, but it's mainly because I've been trying to get my own shit together.
Well, it's mainly you're trying to get your own shit together. We're far apart, which makes it pretty difficult. Which
is another thing. Like, there's always external factors too. And even though, well, I mean, for Quip Save, for example, it's, you know, the distance definitely was a downside, but then we have still the upside that we're able to like keep doing like D&D and the podcast online. And then for my real life stuff, like, yeah, my own channel and stuff might be like affecting my headspace negatively, but there's so much other positive stuff going on that is keeping me up, like the move and all that, you know?
Yep. I'm really excited for you with the move, dude. It's like getting.
And I'm really excited too, because I think that'll be like a huge, just having a change of environment and having an office. So I guess I'll just get into that, because yeah, moving right now from Chicago in a 1-bedroom apartment, which you've been here, and you know it's not exactly a 1-bedroom. It's more like a loft.
Exactly. There ain't no fucking doors in that bitch, dude. Like, the only separation is the bathroom.
I mean, if you guys haven't seen my apartment tour, you can check it out and maybe get a better idea. But it's basically one big old space that has a divider, but there's no doors. So if I'm in my living room screaming, the living room people are clearly gonna hear
Yeah,
everything.
as clear as day. Like if you're in the same room,
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter. There's no
Pretty much. It's just
privacy.
one giant room.
I mean, that was the whole idea of like, even when we were doing Quip Save, of the idea of the move, because there's no privacy in that place, man.
Yeah.
I couldn't jerk off!
It was rough.
It was rough,
It's rough, man. Even in the bathroom, in the shower, man. Like, there's no fans. You can hear everything in
You
there.
can hear everything. You can hear every stroke. You don't want to hear that.
Oh, God.
Every pump.
Okay.
Every pump. But oh well.
So, yeah, in Austin, where I'm moving to now, we're going to have 2 bedrooms and a living room. So I'm going to have my own private bedroom, you know, just to sleep and relax. And then I'll have the second bedroom be an office. So I think that'll be really good for everything, basically. For my channel, for Quip Save, like just for getting work done, you know, being
Exactly.
like, when I'm in the office, I know that I'm in a certain headspace, you know, and that's
Exactly.
work mode.
Yep. I mean, that's pretty much what I want to do for me, because, you know, speaking in that same, like, vein, my office space also being my room does affect that whole, like, work ethic, because, you know, my bed is right there, and my TV is right there, and all my gaming consoles are right there. And if I even glance a little bit to the side, I'm just like, I could be doing that instead. and it fucks with you. It fucks with you. So my ultimate dream is to you know, to have an office space, because it really does. People don't think, but it really does, like, affect your work ethic when you have this designated area where it's just like, this is where I work, and when I'm in here, all I do is work.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
100%, man. I'm the same. I have my bed literally like less than a foot away. And there's times where I'm editing and I just feel so freaking tired. I'm just like, maybe just a little lay.
I'll just lay down a bit. And you're done.
Yep.
It's done.
Next thing you know, it's 3 hours later and you got a headache because you shouldn't have napped in the middle of work.
Yep. You're fucking preaching to the choir there, man.
This is why I don't have my PS5 in the office yet either, because we'll talk about that soon too. But you know, I'm trying to keep it for later in the pod. You know, I'm not trying to flex or anything here, but like, come on,
Shut the fuck up!
PS5,
Don't give me that
baby.
humble brag nonsense. Get the fuck out of here, okay? All right. I am so in the deep end of wanting a next gen console that I will go out. I'll rob somebody. No, I shouldn't say that. I wouldn't. I don't have the fucking gumption for that. But I mean, hey, good for you, you fucking bastard. I mean, buddy, for getting a next gen console.
No, I can't. Like, if I had it, I would legit be playing right now while doing the podcast, and I probably wouldn't pay attention to anything that you're saying.
I wouldn't blame you for a second, dude. What the fuck is going on outside? Hold on. I can't believe this is happening again. Live on the podcast.
Reporting, Puerto Rico News 5. We have live footage from Gabe's house.
Goddamn, every time.
It would seem there is a group of fanboys demanding the OnlyFans.
I said I'm not gonna do it until I'm ready, goddammit! Get the fuck out of my yard! Man, a lot of people have been asking for that OnlyFans. It was like it was completely a joke, entirely a joke. Hold on. It was
to the point where they're showing up at your door, like, Jesus.
To my friggin' doorstep. Can you believe this? I don't know. One day.
I can.
One day.
I'm one of the ones asking for it. So.
But no, yeah, dude, exciting. It's gonna be obviously tiring and exhausting, but also exciting, that move, especially to Austin. Austin's fucking sweet, dude.
Yeah. The main stuff that I'm like, well, I usually dread having to pack my millions of figurines. That's definitely step one. But thankfully, I got Karen this time, and for some reason,
yes,
she actually likes packing.
Slave labor. Good. That's what girlfriends are for.
I wouldn't. I'll call it a free. Yeah.
Slave labor. I mean, what else do you need a girlfriend for? Am I right? But I mean, Yeah, hey, it's good to have another helping hand, especially... Dude, I took one look. We were talking about moving. And then when I went to Chicago, I took one look around your apartment and I said... Oh...
Good luck, buddy.
Good luck. Yeah, I think you can handle it. I'll be moving my things that probably all fit in one box.
You basically had all your stuff with you in like 2 suitcases.
Essentially.
Well, aside from like anything big, like the TV and all that, but...
Man.
I mean, my point is, that was the first thing that I would have normally dreaded, is packing up all those figurines. But I'm just like, I don't know. I'll just be chilling or editing or doing something on my computer. And then I go out after a couple hours and somehow there's like 50 more figurines gone and packed already.
Karen's clutching it, dude.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, I think it didn't hit her until yesterday when we were on like box 3. And then she just gives me this look of like, I wouldn't say pure exhaustion, but just like...
Fuck you, dude. Fuck
maybe,
you and all
maybe
your
like
figures.
Clarity. Almost a look of clarity, like of
it was definitely that look of just like, you have too many of these.
Exactly.
like fuck you and your figures, man.
And I don't think she'd realized it until she started packing them. And she's like, yeah, this is a lot.
I mean, that's what storage units are for, I guess.
Well, my idea has always been to have a museum one day.
The Munch Museum, the Museum Le Munch.
Like, it'll be a little difficult in an apartment, but once I get a house eventually, which like I want to...
You want to be
I want to go to Austin first to like... Yeah, I want to be a homeowner eventually. I wish it would have happened already, but... I don't know. I spent a lot of time in Illinois, and I don't think I could live here forever.
You're only 26.
So, I know, but I mean, if I had the savings for it, I could have got it done, and I wouldn't be wasting more money on rent.
I suppose. But,
Here's the thing, okay? Like, I know this might sound, I don't know if bad necessarily, but I know I'm young, but... I'm different to a lot of people our age in that I've literally been paying rent since I was like 18 already.
That's true.
So that's like 8 years of, just rent down the drain.
Yep.
And it starts hitting you like how much that actually is that could have been going towards like a house or something,
Certainly. I mean, it's just like...
And it's not to say that you should buy a house when you're 18, because I don't think I was mentally prepared at all for that.
Of course not.
But... Yeah, if you are lucky enough to be making good money when you're young, at least think about, how, like, if you're living in an area where you want to settle down eventually, or like, not settle down forever, but maybe a couple of years, if you're going to stay there, then maybe buying would probably be a smarter investment, because you could always sell later too, so.
That's true, but I hear selling homes in it is it's its own kind of demon. At least I've heard that, trying to resell a house is a pain.
Yeah.
And
I mean, everybody's different, but, I like going out and, I guess not during the quarantine now, but I used to like going out to, bars or restaurants and stuff like that. So that's a reason why I always picked apartments, because they're usually downtown. You don't really find houses,
Yeah.
But now I'm getting a little older and I don't really mind.
I'm getting
I don't go out as often.
long in the tooth, gray in the hair. You know, I'm feeling the
rattling
in my bones here at 26, and I feel like it's finally time to get a nice home for me and my grandkids. My grandkids being my thousands of figurines.
Oh, wait till I tell you my master plan.
We're getting back into the algorithm. What is your master plan? Hold on. What is this master plan that you speak of?
Well, you see, first, I'm going to need a private island. And I know what you're thinking. Okay. This could be going into the dangerous territories, all right? But no. Okay, this ain't no fire festival.
This is getting into cult leader talk.
This ain't no Jeffrey Epstein.
Go fuck, dude.
All right? I'm talking about my children here, my future children.
Munch will forever be known as Lil Epstein.
Oh, God, stop. So Karen's always joking how she wants to have more than like at least 4 kids.
Whoa! In this economy.
And I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, bro, like 2 is my cap.
Yep, same here. Like
But-
1 boy, 1 girl. We're good.
Yeah, that's the ideal in 2020. 2 and 2.
Yeah. So they could take care of each other
But-
when I don't want to take care of them. That's
She's been getting into my head a little bit. All right, I'm like,
no.
maybe that wouldn't be so bad. But instead of 4, I want 8.
Duh! You're getting
you
into
see,
like our grandparents' territory, dude.
So we're gonna have a private island with our 8 kids, and they each get a corner of the island of their choosing, right? They can set up their house there.
Yeah.
Maybe get a nice wife that might be into some
Get a nice wife on an island. They're gonna be socially inept.
Wife or husband.
They're gonna be socially inept.
That is into what's the word? Oh, landscaping. Yeah, someone into landscaping that can maybe set up some nice waterfalls, maybe a moat around their house or a lava pit of some kind. Each one with its own motif, its own theme, you could say.
You're fucking creating the Legion of Doom over here. This is like a villain organization.
Close, okay? So
Oh,
it's a generational thing, right?
All right.
So I start with the 8 kids.
I figured it out. It took me a while. But I figured it out, you dumb bastard.
It's generational,
I don't need
okay?
this Pokemon shit in this podcast right now, all right? You already surround your life with it. I don't need this. I don't need this fucking stank, all right?
Are you saying that I'm gonna make my 8 kids into the 8 gym leaders of my own private region?
I wonder if that's what you were trying to get at. I wonder. I don't know. Did I get it? Did I hit the nail on the head?
Yes, you got it.
Fucking idiot. How did I not just like, as soon as I heard instead of 4, 8, I should have known.
Exactly. Come on, man. Oh my god.
God, now we got to see in the comments how many people fucking just figured it out immediately compared to my dumbass.
That's the master plan. That's it.
Power's in your hand, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, fuck your kids and fuck your private island. I'm good with 2 kids. That's enough for me. I don't know if I'd be able to handle 4, man. That's brave. That's bravery.
Yeah, no, I don't think I could either, honestly. I mean, that's still...
Dude, 1 kid.
I hope a bit far off, so...
1 kid is tough. 2 kids, oh boy. But I guess at least they have each other. 4 kids? Terrible dubbing. Alright?
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I've always wanted 2, just because, that was me and my sister, and I think, well, you had your older brother, but... Growing up, it was basically you and your sister, right?
Yeah, it was basically me and my sister. We'd beat each other's
so,
asses
we had
all
a similar...
the time.
Yeah, we had similar growing up, and I feel like that was, for me at least, it was...
Ideal.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it was good.
For sure. 2 siblings, 2 parents, it's usually the way to go. Most people don't even have that. The 2 parents. So...
True. Oh, man. Yeah, I feel for my little cousin, man. Like, I haven't been the best cousin to him. Granted, the distance definitely sucks.
It's hard to be a good cousin when you're so far away.
Yeah. Like, if he lived nearby, I'd be hanging out with him all the time, but I don't know. It's not, even though he is a big gamer boy, he's like a Discord god, you could say.
Not a Discord mod. You don't want to be that.
No, not a mod. I said a god.
Okay,
Come
that's
on.
better.
Just 1 letter away. It makes a huge difference.
Exactly. It's like that's the religious duality. Like there's God and there's Satan. Then there's Discord God and Discord mod.
Don't forget dog.
Oh, and Discord dog. That's true. That's the Trinity of Discord.
The Holy Trinity.
The Holy Gamer Trinity. But
oh gosh.
Even if he's super savvy in the internet, it's kind of just like there's always going to be that generational divide, I suppose. Mm-hmm. He probably doesn't even think you're all that cool anymore, Munch.
No, probably not anymore. He definitely did when I was younger, or when he was younger.
Because you were the Pokemon
But
man.
I mean, he still, I think, has a respect that, like, whenever he talks about me to his friends and stuff, I don't know. He probably feels like awkward now, but like maybe he might think that it was a little cringy back in the day.
Oh, that's adorable. That's cute. I used to have cousins.
Anyway,
like that
my point is that I feel for him a lot because his parents got divorced and he doesn't have any siblings, so I can't imagine what that would be like if I'd grown up like that.
I mean, that was pretty much my dad. Like they weren't divorced, but he was very estranged from his dad. I never got to meet that grandfather, died before I was born, but they had a strange relationship, so it was pretty much only him and my grandma. And the only times he ever really got to, like, socialize were, like, obviously either in school or with, like, his many cousins. But when he was alone, it was pretty much just him and his weird fucking pets. And I say weird fucking pets because my dad somehow had a plethora of really strange animals. He had horses for one time, and he had weird birds, and he had dogs. But the strangest one will always be my dad, as a kid, had a pet monkey.
What?
Yes, my dad had a pet monkey.
Excuse me?
My dad had a pet monkey as a child.
Is that allowed?
I don't know, but he had one, and
I feel like nowadays probably not, but back then, no one really cared.
I still don't know. Every time my grandma tells the story, I'm just like, Grandma, how the fuck did you get a monkey? First of all, why'd you get a monkey? Second of all, how'd you get a monkey?
I feel like the how is more important here than the where.
And this isn't even the worst part of the story. The fucking monkey escaped.
What?
Yeah.
That's because monkeys aren't meant to be fucking pets.
I guess.
Dude.
I mean, obviously. But, like, the monkey just fucking escaped one day, never to be seen or heard of again. And I'm just like, there was some wild-ass monkey in the urban area at some point. God knows what kind of terror it got up to.
I mean, that's essentially like keeping a toddler as a pet. It's going to grow up eventually. One escape.
Yeah, but dude, monkeys are monsters. I don't know. I'm not a fan of monkeys. Honestly, dude. Not me. No, sir. They freak me out.
I really like monkeys, actually. They're probably one of my favorite animals. But then again, I have not had that many up-close experiences with them. But from what I've seen on videos and stuff, yeah, they seem pretty freaky.
I heard I had a monkey jerk off at me.
Huh?
Yeah, I went to, like, this natural reserve in Florida, and there was a pretty upset monkey who jerked off at us. Almost came on us.
You think he was upset, or was he feeling you?
I don't know. I mean, he must have been feeling all of us, because it was like our whole college group, and he jerked off at us and almost came on us. You don't want to get fucking came on by a monkey.
Nice.
That's not a good anecdote to have in your biography. I'm gonna be right.
I think that's how AIDS might have started.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much how AIDS started, and I didn't want AIDS. I didn't want AIDS at the ripe old age of 20. That would have been horrible, especially monkey AIDS. That's like the purest form of AIDS. I would have been dead already. I would have been writing my autobiography at 22. Talking about how I died because a monkey jerked off at me in Florida.
Jeez. Of course it was Florida, too.
Yeah, it had to be. It wouldn't make sense otherwise.
Florida man gives birth to first monkey-human hybrid baby.
Stop. Enough. I'm stopping that right there. But,
well, I've seen a lot of videos, too, of both monkeys being terrifying in a literal way, like they'll, like, bang against the zoo glass or whatever, but also in, like, they're too damn smart, man. They, like, Planet of the Apes might happen one day. I don't know.
Strong. Did you not hear that one cracked up monkey, that one famous case of the cracked up celebrity monkey who ripped the face off of its owner and ripped her arm off?
Jesus.
They fucking...
Ripped their fucking arm off?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Dude, chimpanzees can rip your limb off like nothing. And they go for, like, the worst ways to kill you. They'll, like, bite into your face and rip it off and rip off your genitals. Fucking chimps are crazy.
What the fuck? Chimps are killing people in Uganda. It broke off the arm, opened the stomach, and removed the kidneys. The fuck is this?
Chimps are fucked. How do you not know this?
Oh my god, bro! Planet of the Apes is gonna happen.
You're
man.
gonna have
What
to
the hell?
change Infernape being your favorite starter from that generation.
Oh,
man,
I
'cause
already
they'll-
did, man.
mess you up.
I'm on the Incineroar hype train now. I'll take my humanoid tiger over monkey any day.
Yeah, at least a tiger will end you quick. Monkey is gonna make it last.
The monkeys, I feel like they understand more than people think, and that's what scares me. Because not only are there examples of these like brutal, apparently savage kills that they're doing, but there was a video that went viral a little bit ago. This guy, I think it was, I don't remember what country, but in Asia, right? He threw a cigarette at towards the orangutan in the zoo.
Yeah, and it started.
And the
smoking
orangutan
it.
pits it up and just starts puffing at it. Like,
Yep. Monkey see, monkey do, quite literally.
yeah. Which I'm sure that was the implied, like, that's what it was, is either a lot of people do that or the monkey just sees people smoking all the time at the zoo. Because I know smoking's a lot more common in Asia. Like, you can do it you'll see it in a lot of public places. So the monkey probably, first of all, saw people smoking, and then eventually someone threw their cigarette in there and he just picked up on it. Like, I don't know. It's pretty wild.
That's one epic monkey, dude. Fucking.
I've also seen a video, some of the boys.
Where is this going?
I don't know exactly where at, but they seem like, they seem like a pretty wild bunch. Maybe even
A little
wild
funky monkey
boys, you could
bunch.
say. And they had a pet monkey that would rip the bong with them.
Jesus Christ. Humanity is something else, let me tell you.
Yeah, I didn't know how to phrase that. I was trying to make it not seem as bad as it is because I find it funny, but it's really not that
It's funny, but it's terrible.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of, you add humor to it so it just won't be as fucking awful. Oh, Christ. What a world, what a world. But oh well. Enough about fat vapor.
20 years down the line, Planet of the Apes happens. You can blame those frat boys that gave the monkey a dab. That's what led to the Enlightenment.
The fucking monkeys are fucking gone to stanky dank rip.
The monkey got so high, he's like, why the fuck am I listening to these guys? I'm more powerful.
Yes. He's just sitting there high out of his mind. I could rip them limb from limb, but this is some good shit.
Jesus.
I'm too chill to rip their faces off right now. But
that's the only thing keeping him from it.
keeping them in line.
They just got to keep him perpetually high now.
Crazy. Well, monkeys are crazy. But you know what else is crazy? Our D&D show. It's pretty great.
Wow. Segue of the century
It's
right
pretty
there.
crazy. You know what else has a monkey? Our D&D show has a character named Monkey. We're not joking.
What? This is true. There is a monkey in the show.
He's not a monkey. He's a guy. I mean, I guess you could confuse him for a monkey, considering his size, and he's kind of fucking ugly, but he's also green, so I guess that throws it out. Oh, well, he could be like Mojo Jojo. Mojo Jojo's a green monkey. He also talks.
This is true.
Oh my god.
Maybe I'll
monkey's just
rephrase
Mojo
it. There
Jojo.
is monkey in the show.
Monkey is present.
There isn't a monkey. There is monkey.
There is monkey. I'm you know what? Now I'm pissed. I'm pissed that you missed the premiere. Fuck you for missing the premiere, you son of a bitch. But no, I'm just like, God, they were saying some funny shit in the comments, man. I get so pleased with our viewers because I consider them to be just as funny as us, because they say some fucking wild shit. Especially Evan. Shout out to Evan, man. He's always a delight whenever he gets into the stream comments and into the YouTube comments. He says the funniest shit. But, God, they were saying some funny shit. When they saw your character do what he does, I'm not going to spoil it on the podcast for the people who haven't seen it, but his funny little quirk that you gave him.
His superpower?
Yeah, the viewers were pretty shocked at at Perry's little habit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. You know. let's just say Perry is a fan of digits, of finger foods. Let's say it that way.
He really likes those finger foods.
Yeah, he really likes those. I don't know why you did that. Can you explain to me why? Like, what was your thought process in that moment where you're just like, you know what Perry does as a little character quirk? He does this.
Well, this is why I wish I had been there too, because I want to know. Like, I don't even remember anymore. I know that at the time it made sense, but in retrospect, what was the context around it? Were
Nothing.
we just like in our first fight?
We were in the middle of a fight, and you were fucking dismembering dudes, and then you suddenly said, "I'm gonna do this," and all of us went, "Whoa, what?" You're going to what? And even in the comments, they're just like, bro, Munch's character scares me. Munch's character's a creep. He's a freak.
Oh, no.
At first, they thought you were the robot until you revealed that you were Perry. They were just like, is Munch the robot? Is he the robot cow? I'm just like, oh, they're about to get ratioed once they figure out he's a fucking bird. Of all things.
Oh, I see. Because when you see the intro, you still didn't know exactly who's who.
Yeah, who's who. For some reason, everybody thought you were gonna be Dust.
Ah, little did they know. A bit more of a bird brain.
A little bit of a freak.
Well, honestly, yeah, I don't regret it. You know?
I don't regret it.
It
It's
is what it
hilarious. It's a memorable character quirk, dude. It makes your character memorable. So yeah, there's nothing to regret. It's funny.
It was a moment, like
it's a moment of revelation.
It was a spark. You know, it was a spark in the moment, and I'll stick with it.
This represents who I am and what I stand for as a person.
Yes, we should actually eat each other's fingers more often.
Oh, you revealed it. You spoiled it. I'm not going to censor it. I'm too lazy. Just whoever hasn't watched the show, just go watch the show. It's not like it's a huge plot point.
No, you never know, man. It might be.
It might be the selling point of the show. The bird that eats
What if
fingers.
there's a fucking character? Like, we don't know, man. There might be a character later on who really values his fingers.
Backstory that explains why he eats fingers. I get it.
Yeah,
it's foreshadowing.
Yeah,
I see.
You never know.
Oh man, but no. I mean, I encourage anybody who watched the episode to just give us feedback. Definitely. I mean, that's the at least for me, the most important thing. You know, I want to know what you guys think we could do to either improve the show or little things you might want to see. You know, I know most of these shows tend to have webcams. That's something we considered at the time, but with the schedule we had and all this stuff, it wasn't something that we could get to work. And also because most of us have really shitty webcams.
Shit, I can't do webcam, dude. I'd be exposed that I'm actually just doing other shit the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much me too. While we're playing, I'm like also doing other shit in the downtime. But whatever, that could also be funny. But I know Raph and Rodney have fucking shit webcams. And they also have shit mics, but that's not something we could do. I mean, unless...
Well, guys, go watch the show so we can actually have a budget. Maybe I'll send the boys some new webcams, you know?
we get a great budget, and we buy them nice webcams and nice Blue Yeti microphones. So
if you enjoy the podcast, you'll probably enjoy that, too, because it's something that you could even, like, leave on in the background while you're, like, playing games or something.
Especially during the premieres. I think the thing that made the premiere so much fun... And, you know, honestly, I had originally not planned to do a premiere. I was just going to upload it. But then someone, I searched it up on Google and it said, oh, Premiere is kind of like a live stream. Like, yeah, it's a pre-recorded video, but the people can chat live in the chat. And I was just like, oh, that could be fun. And it was actually really fun. It was fun seeing people's, like, actual live reactions to everything that was happening. So I'm going to make every episode from this point on a Premiere. We've got a good chunk pre-recorded, so whatever changes we decide to do based on, like, your observations or recommendations or whatever will take a while to come into effect, but leave them down in the comments nonetheless, because if there's anything that we can improve on in this, we want to, because a lot of hard work has gone into this, like a lot, but that doesn't mean we're not willing to improve upon it, because it always can be. But obviously, I mean, the best way to improve upon it is if you enjoy it, share it to as many people as you can. You know, obviously this ain't no Critical Role, but it's the best that most people like us can get with considering the distance and the pandemic situation. But hell, if this is something that actually like takes off and we could get a budget, like we said, like we could get just better equipment for it, get good mics for the rest of the players, good webcams, hire an editor who isn't a cat-faced little creature in a closet.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff that could be improved would we'd need a budget, like better equipment.
Exactly.
Like, but we're doing, my man Gabe is putting in the work with the edits and the whole layout of the show and everything. So check it out if you haven't, and then I'll definitely be there for the next premiere,
and then the next premiere, and the next premiere, and the next premiere.
Yes.
Every premiere.
Till the end of time. Which will be Friday, right?
Yeah, we premiere it every Friday. For now, it's going to be 7:30. I mean, we got to see. It's probably going to be 7:30 to 8 p.m. every premiere every Friday, because it's a good time, Even with school, like by that time, everybody's out of classes, and they're just settled down nice and snug in their house, and they could watch it. And so I decided that would be a good time. It's kind of like, it reminded me of the old days when I would get back from school on Friday and I would watch all the shows I liked, like things like Ben 10
was it?
And a whole bunch of
Was Toonami on Fridays?
I think so. Fridays and Saturdays, or maybe just Saturdays. I don't know. But I remember having fond memories of coming back to school on Fridays and watching all my favorite show premieres on at night.
Yeah, because I feel like it would always be like the weekend's about to start. That was like the hype, dude.
Yeah.
back in more innocent times, you know.
So I wanted to like kind of recreate that sensation for our younger viewers, and for our older viewers. I mean, like, same thing if you're coming back from work and all that stuff, unless you work a late shift. But even then, I just felt like it was a good time frame, especially since I've noticed since most streams and all that stuff from other content creators are usually very prominent on Saturdays. I didn't want to contend with that just yet. So I was just like,
I was literally streaming on that Friday when it premiered.
You son of a bitch, you motherfucker.
But I'm pretty sure I streamed after. I mean, that could be a nice habit too. Like we'll premiere the episode and then I'll just stream right after. So.
And hell, even I wouldn't mind sometimes showing up to streams and even just going like. I was also thinking of idea of just like, if it ever does pop off, where it's just like, whether there's like a stream afterwards or the next day or something, where we like talk about what happened during that session and like giving our commentary of like kind of like a behind the scenes situation where it's just like, oh, why did we make this decision and how did this happen and all this stuff. And
the behind the scenes for me will always be like, oh yeah, I was actually taking a piss during this time.
Exactly. That's like exactly. So that's definitely.
I was actually on the phone with my grandma during this whole backstory.
So I didn't really catch it. But a lot of interesting things, man, and like it was a lot of hard work, but I enjoyed it like a lot. I enjoyed designing the characters. I mean, you guys gave me some great characters to fucking design. I had a lot of fun doing Perry. Perry was definitely like the one where I'm just like, I really went ham on it. Like trying to get the fur that textures and the feathers, and I just really liked his design overall. Especially since he gave me a lot of free reign. You were just like, I want him to be a bird guy. He's gonna have this cool cowl, and he's like a roguish monk fighter guy, and he's not a cannibal. I just want to make that clear. It's true.
Okay?
He doesn't eat other birds. Yet.
Exactly. Wait, hold up.
Who knows? Who knows when one day you're just going to be like, rotisserie chicken. I guess that's still not cannibalism, but,
You know. Nah, man, it was really fun. This is my first time ever doing a D&D campaign.
Bro,
so
people were excited about that.
I have a lot to learn, and actually by the point that we're at now, like Gabe said, we have a lot of sessions pre-recorded already, but I've learned a lot, man, and I get more into it with each one.
It's super fun.
And it's been really fun.
And dude, your audience, I was surprised how many people have been, like, wanting that. They were just like, finally Munch playing D&D?
It's the ultimate role-playing game. Like, think about it. I've played this stupid baby children's
fucking
toy
piss baby puking
RPG.
wah mama Pokemon. That's gonna fuck us up.
You're welcome, algorithm.
Thank God it's like at the tail end of the podcast and we'll pick it up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, dude. It's just I feel like D&D really does bring out the best in people's like creative side of their minds, because it's like it really is the perfect role-playing game, because it's just like the restrictions are so little. It finally gives you that fantasy of finally a video game where I could do anything. I'm like anything.
But it's not even a video game.
But it's better.
It's the ultimate game.
It's the ultimate
gamer's fantasy.
It's it's what they say. Like once you get into D&D, you can no longer deny your nerd nature. Like that's like you got into the deepest end of just being a nerd. And I'm just surprised at the amount of people. I remember when I've always kind of knew about D&D growing up, but obviously I never had friends to play it with because I always lived very far away from my friends and none of my family was into it, but I always knew about it. So it wasn't until like high school when I first got to try it out. And then when I started learning about how prominent it is in literally everything, like D&D is pretty much like has inspired almost everything that has to do
every fantasy related thing out
and
there.
even outside of that, even sci-fi shit and all that stuff. I like recently I started seeing all the inspiration it has, like even in Monster Hunter, dude. Like just to give a very offhand example, like in the recent Fatalis fight, he has a lot of mechanics that dragons do in D&D. Like he has one of his strongest move is his cone breath, where he literally fires fire out in a cone, which is like
Wait, who?
Fatalis in Monster Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
He literally has one of his strongest move is the cone breath, which is like the signature dragon move in D&D. And it's one of his strongest moves, and he even has legendary actions, which is like actions that legendary monsters can just take and you can't avoid and you can't stop. He even has one of those, which is like his fire nova that he does, where you start to see...
I mean, yeah, it's crazy. That could be a whole topic in its own, like the evolution of how modern tropes in gaming's got to exist. Like, yeah, a lot of it probably did come from D&D.
Yeah, and just from role-playing games. And, you know, and the amount of people that play D&D, dude. The amount of, like, just, like, even celebrities. Like, you just watch Critical Role, you'd get surprised. There's people like Vin Diesel that play DLD. Joe Manganiello, famous example. And, you know, Matthew Lillard was on an episode.
Adam Sandler.
I don't know if Adam Sandler plays D&D, but it wouldn't...
His whole life is a D&D campaign.
It's true. He's just getting some incredible initiative roles and performance roles. Things like the Big Show from fucking WWE. A lot of WWE like fighters play D&D. I think even Xavier Woods.
They're already used to putting on a show, so.
Yeah. So it's like you really like get surprised of how much that has permeated once you get introduced into the world of it. And, you know, it makes perfect sense. Usually you go like, man, it's surprising that people like this would play. But when you actually play D&D, it finally, like, hits you. Like, oh, yeah, this is literally anyone can play this. And it's crazy fun. So, like, why wouldn't they, right? And for me, it was just really excited to finally get you into it. You know, because I knew you would enjoy it. A little too much, considering you eat fingers. But it's still good. It's still good.
I mean, I wanted to really get into it, you know, and I feel like from the way that you described it, I don't know, you did a really good job of introing it to me, because even though there was a lot of stuff that I didn't get at first, like the main aspect that you pushed was the like personalization of it. Like you can really be whatever you want, you know, and even though there are rules to follow, like, I mean, our campaign's pretty casual, I guess you could say. Like, it's our first one for a lot of us, so. Mm-hmm. Or, well, I guess just me and... I don't know, actually. Is it Raf's first campaign?
Pretty much. I mean, before that, we only ever really played one session that didn't really, like, take off, because we had a lot of players who couldn't, like, really come back for it. So, it's essentially both Raf and Ronnie's and yours first session ever.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, that's definitely... the getting into it, like making the character our own, was like the part that I took the most to heart, I guess.
Yeah, and the role, you know, essentially the personalization and role playing aspect of it, where it's just like you could pretty much do it. It's what I told you. Follow the rule of cool. Like, yeah, D&D has a lot of rules, quote unquote, but the biggest rule is just the rule of cool. Is it cool? Is it fun? Do it. Allow it. What's the point?
Exactly. Because I always had this stigma of D&D, and I guess if I played it with like some people that have been playing it for years and they take it really serious, like it might have been that way, but I always had this like fear to check it out just because, I don't know, it seemed like almost like too nerdy. Like I didn't really want to get into all the nitty gritty of like the fantasy aspect of it, you know?
And maybe.
Yeah. Like I'm sure there are some people that really take like the fantasy aspect, the story and all that to heart. But for me, definitely the most fun has been just the character part of it, you know, mm-hmm. The like we're each, I don't know, just it feels like we're making our own story rather than just following some book.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that it's in the name, the role play game. It's all about just like making your own story out of it and having everybody mm-hmm. be an integral and essential piece of that. And that's what it makes it super fun.
Oh, and you guys will see, man. I'm just remembering some of the stupid shit like scenarios that we
I still remember the first time we entered the dungeon, man.
Oh, man.
That's going to be
just wait till
fun.
A certain elephant-loving character.
Oh, my God. Oh, no. Oh, you reminded me of that. Fuck.
I mean, it's a little preview for you.
It's going to be a while until then, but now you got me excited, dude. Like,
exactly. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff before then, too, but...
I mean, yeah, but that's definitely one of the weird ones. That's definitely, like, one of your creative liberties where I'm just like, here he goes again. There he goes again, doing his thing. And it's so unexpected. Of all the people in that group, I did not expect you to be the one to be the weirdest out of all of them.
What do you...
Your character's so strange, dude. I remember when...
I mean, okay, I don't know if this is, like, necessarily true, but I feel like because I've been more... Well, you and I have been more exposed to, like, YouTube and entertainment and stuff than Raph and Rodney have. So we're more, like, we take more liberties with that kind of stuff. Yeah. But I'm sure, like, they're slowly, I can already tell, they're slowly getting out of their shell and that, too, you know?
At first, you could tell, like, you guys are going to notice in the first few episodes, they're definitely more passive, where they're, like, role-playing and really fleshing out their characters until one day I told them, like, hey, don't feel like you're going to be stepping on any toes. Trust me, that's something you could sense when it happens. Like, you know, you worked really hard in making these characters and fleshing out their backstories. Don't be afraid to, you know, put yourself forward when you see these situations and you said, my character would definitely respond this way. Don't be afraid to do so. And they've come out of their shell a lot with that kind of stuff. And it's created some really fucking cool and funny scenarios. I still find the whole situation with Monkey hilarious. Like, Monkey is such a, like, in a good way, such a disaster of a character, but in such a good way, man. Where I love Monkey. Like, I have such an endearment with Monkey. And then your character just took a complete twist, because I remember the first time you described them, I'm just like, oh, okay, this is a very... very mysterious, very character.
Very edgy.
And then you fucking come out and you're like the fucking whack job out of everybody there. And I'm just like, you know what? This is probably even better than what I expected.
He's been through a lot, all right? Perry's been through a lot.
And Dust is another one where you hear his backstory and how Rav designed him, and then you see how he actually behaves. You're kind of just like, I did not see any of this coming.
Yeah,
but it makes for such like a good dynamic. I'm really just, every time we play a new session, I'm excited, and I just can't wait to see what dumb shit we're gonna say and do yet. And even the moments where we do have like serious like role play moments, it comes off so well because we're already coming to an understanding with our characters, to where like, I don't know, we just so fluidly go through the serious moments and the funny moments to where we just have fun with the whole thing. And it's been such a great experience, so I'm excited it's finally out there, and I really do hope that the viewers will.
I mean, you've had some great character moments too. I feel like I know that you have like maybe because you're the one that's the most experienced, a lot of times you have to take that role of like guiding and taking it more serious. But I feel like you've also had some really funny moments.
Well,
so
yeah.
it's like everyone's gotten
Because that's kind
their
of
time
like,
in the spotlight.
That's kind of like the balance that one has to try and strike. Like, you know, there's going to be the moments in the games where, like, you know, the DM is really trying to get across a plot point in a character moment, and where you know, someone has to take the initiative to be like, all right, let me pay attention to what the DM's trying to do for us, because obviously this is going to set, you know, the stepping stones to what's going to happen after. But the other thing that's important is that you don't want to force it either. You know, there's going to be a lot of people who are just like, hey, shut up, this is serious time. Stop having fun, you know? And that's not how I approach it. I definitely try to guide it in a way where, like, everything segues.
That was what scared me about D&D. Like, I feel like maybe just some smaller group of people have kind of given it that
stigma.
Image. Yeah, stigma.
And
but no, I don't know.
mean,
Yeah,
it exists.
if you do it with friends,
it exists.
It's definitely fun.
It's just definitely, like, I've always said, like, when you're going to play a D&D from the start, you really have to establish what kind of campaign you want. Whether it's going to be a very serious, by-the-books kind of thing, whether you want it to be high fantasy versus low fantasy, whether you want it to be more dominated by the rule of cool, which is what our campaign is, where we really just prioritize, like, improvisation and making it fun. Obviously, there's a story there, but it's not rigidly designed on getting us to the destination in a certain way, rather than it is seeing how in our own ways we end up in that destination. And you know, it's just been great, and it's been super exciting, and the response was great in the premiere. I mean, they think your character's fucking crazy, but they love it. And they think your character's a badass, too. They were just like, fucking Perry clutched that fight. The first fight was literally all you, dude. Like,
just wait, boys.
Just wait.
Gets crazier.
Bro, we've had some crazy fights in that campaign. Like, crazy awesome and also crazy stupid. We're just like, we have the worst roles, and it just ends up in the funniest situation.
All right. Don't give it all away.
No,
okay?
I'm not going to give it all
go
away.
Go check it out.
Go check it out.
We'll have the next one coming up Friday.
Yep.
At
7:30, if not 8 p.m., but probably 7:30.
Puerto Rico time?
Yeah, Eastern Standard Time.
Well, Puerto Rico's an hour ahead now, so Eastern would be 1 hour back.
So probably, yeah. So Eastern, it would probably be premiering
so like
at
6 to 7 Eastern,
7
right?
Eastern, yeah. And
all right.
Tune in for more of Gabe's funny British accent, which apparently a lot of people liked. Tune in for
funny British accent.
Yeah, they really enjoyed it. I mostly did it for like kicks, you know. I like, my thought process was just like,
come on, you know you love doing it.
I love doing it, but it was also kind of like, you have to have at least one British guy in the D&D group. So I went with it. At first, I was just going to go with like a regular gruff and tumble voice, but I was just like, I want to play a little bit more of a quirky character. I feel like it made a good contrast being this big, burly bear man who's just like, has a heart of gold, which I really enjoy.
You sound more Australian to me in the sessions.
Because I say a lot of cunt? Yeah, probably. And
maybe
they think they love Monkey. They think Monkey's a funny little goblin man. They think you guys is a badass. But I feel like people are going to be very surprised to where Raph takes dust in the future.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely the most mysterious character in the bunch.
It's like he's the hardest to get a gauge on, like...
I mean, he's a robot, which is already pretty mysterious, but yeah, where he takes it is pretty
Yeah,
wild.
I feel like Raph just has this good grasp on understanding, like, he keeps you guessing, like, what's this guy about? But definitely not in a pretentious way, not in a, like, a, ooh, mysterious way. It's more kind of just like, I can't get into his head at all. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this guy. But it's gonna be great. He's
the poker face robot.
But that's all we're gonna talk about it. We don't want to get too spoily. Obviously, we're very excited about it, as you can hear, and you know, tune in every Friday. Make sure to check it out. Share it with your friends. Get us super famous and super rich. So then eventually we'll just hire,
or at least so we can get some webcams.
Yeah, and we'll just hire a completely new cast and live off of the residuals.
We'll get Vin Diesel to replace me.
Yeah, Vin Diesel's gonna replace you. I want Travis Scott to replace me, but in his brown Batman outfit. That'd be great.
You don't want Robert Pattinson?
I just, okay, bye.